What's been happening since New Zealand Music Month in the life of Brooke Franson?
Mm. A lot, a lot. Oh my goodness, it's been so crazy. I'm so excited. We're gonna head off to Auckland. We're gonna jump in working with Parachute Studio and record some music. So it's been a lot of hard work, a lot of mahi, just trying to get everything like tight and ready to go. And yeah, there's a lot of logistics, but it's so good. It's so exciting.
Fantastic. So, you've been cooking up some musical recipes for everyone to enjoy. So, let's talk about that. Let's touch on that. So, how many songs are you planning on recording, and what are you excited about? What are they? Where's the inspiration for these tracks come from?
Yeah, so we're gonna do just probably a couple of singles, which I'm really excited about. Um, for the themes, they're quite it's quite exciting for me because I feel like it's quite new, going into a new area for me as an artist as well. Just some of the music that I released previously, I was quite young, so in some of the words as well, it's like you can tell like I was quite young. And
Well,
even though
you're
now,
still quite
obviously.
young. Aren't you in
Still
your
young.
early 20s?
Yeah. 18. Yeah, yeah. So
18.
still young.
Okay. Still quite young. Yes.
Yeah, yeah. But I feel like in the time, because I was about 15, I think 14, 15, I feel like I've lived a bit of life and it's just touching on newer things like mental health things and relationship things and stuff like that. And I'm just really excited for people to hear them because it's just real, like vulnerable and honest, but also not without hope. Just finding hope in Jesus, which is what I've been able to do over and over. So,
And that's a
yeah.
beautiful thing. And I think for people who are in their teens and their early adulthood, it's so crucial that they have a hope because, like you say, there are a lot of challenges that you face when you're young and you're trying to figure out who you are and what your place is in this world. And just touching on some of your challenges, I mean, for someone who is so young at 18, you are working a full time job and trying to navigate the music industry. What's that been like the last couple of months?
Hmm. Oh, it's been a ride. Look, it's everything that I'm doing is really cool. And it's exciting and like no complaints from me. But at the same time, it is a lot. And sometimes, as like a person, I feel like we tend to forget that God is ultimately in control, which is part of what Sweet Surrender is about, which is that other song. But yeah, it's about like learning to just remember like God's holding it, and we don't have to hold it all in our hands. And so I think that's been a big thing for me lately as well. It's just been like, hey, look, let him take control. Obviously, be organized. There's a lot to do, but at the same time, like trust in God, trust he's holding you through the crazy ride that is, young adulthood.
Do you have
Yeah.
one practical tip or trick that you use to try and just bring yourself back to that point that like God's in control? Like when things get a bit crazy, what do you kind of do or lean into?
Mm. I have kind of, it's hard to explain. I guess the best way to explain it is like a code word. But for myself and my boyfriend as well, we always keep each other accountable with this. And we always say grateful. If we're ever getting a bit caught up in things, it's grateful, like we have so much to be grateful for. And God has given us so much. Just that reminder. And another one as well, Lauren Daigle has this song called Be Okay. And I always end up singing that one to myself, like, you're gonna be okay, you're gonna be okay. And yeah, I feel like that's quite a helpful perspective on the situation. Yeah.
Absolutely. What's your memory of your first performance?
Oh goodness, it's been a while. I like we were talking about school things. I did something at school as well when I was probably maybe like 8. And I sang, I think it was a Lauren Daigle song. But yeah, at a few church camps, I started real young. I was like probably around 8 years old when I started just singing in front of people.
And when was it
Um,
that you just knew that this was what God wanted you to be doing?
pretty early, pretty early on. Yeah, I always have kind of been drawn to it, eh? Like, I've had so many artists that I've looked up to personally, and so I had people come and tell me, even when I was like 8 years old, this lady was like, um, oh my sister, I think her sister had cancer, and her sister was very sick. And the Lauren Daigle song that I sang was, um I remember that you've always been faithful to me and that kind of theme. And I remember that was the first, I remember, forgive the pun, but
Yeah.
that was like the first time that I was like, this is amazing, like what God can do through broken people and broken songs and use it for his good.
Mm.
And so I think, yeah, I've always just kind of been like, you know, it's really special and it's really like connecting and yeah, it's so cool.
Very cool. And
Mm.
it's also wonderful that you're about to get on the road and come up to Auckland for a pop up concert. So I understand you're going to be performing at Bucklands Beach Reformed Presbyterian tomorrow night at 8 p.m. And the best thing about it, you don't even have to buy a ticket, it's Koha entry. So let's talk about the performance. What are you excited to bring to the table tomorrow night?
I'm so excited. Like, guys, just come along. It's going to be so chill. It's going to be so fun. I'm excited because we're going to have a real, like, intimate, chill vibe. Totally come as you are. And yeah, we're gonna sing some worship songs and my songs and just worship the Lord together and just enjoy music together. And yeah, it's going to be so, like, sweet and lovely. Yeah.
And are you going to be singing any songs that you are going to be recording up in Auckland? Some sneak previews.
Might have to come and see.
Ah, grand
Yeah, we
tease.
I will say we will be. So you should come hear them because they're real special. I'm so excited about them. And yeah, if you want to be the first to hear them, this is where you want to be.
Okay, I'm going to be cheeky and ask you, can you give us some details about one of those songs?
Oh, okay.
You heard it first here on Rima. Information of the
What am I
story
doing,
behind the
man?
song.
Mm, Let me think. A good one. Okay, one of the songs, without giving away too much, just touching on like mental health and stuff like that, as I was talking about before. One of them is about um being really real, and it's probably one of the most vulnerable songs I've written. And it's kind of the theme is like, um, these things are happening, and this is how I feel, and my body's doing certain things, and is this just selfish or is this my mental health? Like, I need your help, God. And it's about like just praying, like, Lord, please just abide with me and help me to abide with you. Um, but it also, again, it's not without hope. And it becomes really joyful, which is really cool. And it's just like repeats, but it's very like um yeah, like thank you, Lord, for abiding with me. And yeah, it's pretty cool. I'm real excited about it. And I think when I first sang it to my family, they were really touched by it. And I think because it was honest, that always happens to be how it goes. So yeah, I'm really excited to
And I
have it all
think
touched on.
that honest vulnerability is what makes us love the Psalms as well in the Bible, right? A flawed person, often David, writing about the trials, the triumphs, and then those moments of utter desperation and weakness. But ultimately, his hope is secure in the Lord, right? And isn't that so encouraging?
And it's funny you say that too, because one of the other ones is kind of based on a psalm as well, which is quite funny that you say that.
Which psalm,
Yeah.
out of curiosity?
Psalm 42 is what it's based on. I'm not going to say anymore because I'm
No,
going to give away way too
no.
much.
People have to
Yeah.
go to the concert, which is happening. If you happen to be in Auckland or you can get up to Auckland, it's happening in Bucklands Beach at the Reformed Presbyterian Church, which is 228 Bucklands Beach Road. 8 p.m. kickoff time, Koha entry at the door. And Brooke, look, we could talk for a long time, but if people want to follow you or find out more, where can they go?
Yeah, so check out my website, brookefransonmusic.com. But yeah, I post a lot on my Instagrams as well. So follow me, brook.franson over there for all the updates and things.
Ah, amazing. I hope you enjoyed that as much as we did.
Yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe and turn your notifications on so you don't miss the next video.
We'll see you in the next one.